When I was in my early 20s, I met a young man I'll call FV. I won't use his full name. FV was my first love, the apple of my eye, and my first major encounter with intimacy and sexuality. I truly believed we were going to marry one day, and he often talked about it too. But about 4 years later, my life fell apart, and we lost each other. It's okay though. Everything works out as it's supposed to, and it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. He and his family lived in Socorro, Texas, in an old farmhouse on land that his dad had owned when he was alive. His dad was a peaceful, humble man, and his mother was kind and giving with the little they had. But something was wrong in that house. Something very sinister and demonic that would cause horrible events to unfold and affect the family later on. There was a specific room at the back of the house with boarded-up windows and a locked iron door that never opened. The only door that did open was the wooden one leading outside. FV lived in that room, so when we spent time together, that's where we were most of the time. We were young, in love, and silly, and we had the hots for each other. You can pretty much figure out the rest. One night, we had the brilliant idea to film ourselves with a camcorder. We wanted to make our own little video and photo collection, and that's when things took a dark turn. There was an old African wood statue of a woman with slits for eyes sitting beside his big screen TV. I'd never had an issue with it. It was just there, never giving off any weird vibes before. The statue was about 2 feet tall, with a carved bun in her hair and hands resting on her knees. During our intimate session, we didn't notice or sense anything paranormal. We were so caught up with each other, basking in the moment. We used the camcorder to take photos and make short video clips. The room was dark except for the low, romantic amber glow of an old Victorian lamp in the corner. The windows were boarded up so no outside light came in. It was just the two of us in love, or so we thought. After we finished, we sat down to watch the video footage, and what we saw shook us to our cores. Bluish-green orbs floated around that we hadn't seen in person. The camera would lose focus and blur in and out as the orbs fluttered like little fireballs. It was odd to see them on the video, but not with our eyes. Then, we noticed the terrifying image of the African statue that had changed on tape. I remember it clearly to this day. Something had possessed that statue. I could see the eyes slowly opening, revealing bright yellow cat-like eyes that glowed like car headlights. As the camera panned back to me, the statue's eyes were fully open, vivid yellow and gold discs glowing malevolently in the background. I pointed it out to FV, panicking. He panicked too, and we stood there, bare-skinned, staring at the statue, trying to understand why it looked normal to us, while the video showed something else. We quickly clothed ourselves and deleted the cursed footage. FV hid the statue behind a curtain in another room, never to display it again. Even after that, we still felt watched. He moved out of that room and into the big den, but something was still wrong. I could feel a presence in the hallway leading to both rooms. His younger brother eventually moved into FV's old room and became possessed. Years later, he tried to kill their mother. When the authorities and the oldest sister went through his things, they found a digital voice recorder with hundreds of recordings of him whispering to someone, or something, about death and impurity. One of the people he was told to get rid of was their mother. He ended up in a mental institution in another city, and that house was never the same. I blame whatever entity was there, looking for a host to leech off of. By then, I was already out of my relationship with FV and moving on. I say it was for the better, because I can't imagine seeing something like that manifest in my life ever again. Demons are definitely real and not something to take lightly.